That's a big deal because our nurses are getting exposed easier.
Tom Hall is a registered nurse at McLaren-Lapeer Region Hospital and the local union president. He says corporate officials aren't doing enough to protect nurses, so he's stepping up and demanding action.
Before this pandemic, N95s were supposed to be single use and single patient only. But now since the pandemic and the shortage of PPE across the nation, the CDC has recommended that if we're in shortages, that we can reuse PPE as much as we need to.
Hall says they not only need more personal protection equipment, but protections for vulnerable nurses and extra time off.
Vacation pay so that, these nurses that are working on the front lines without the proper PPE even are taken care of.
Since the pandemic started, Hall says McLaren has actually laid off nurses. He is now asking the hospital to instead find alternate assignments as the numbers of COVID-19 patients rise in our state and in Lapeer County.
But we are seeing more and more now and are having to open up other areas to take care of these patients.
We have reached out to McLaren, and they released this statement saying, in part, McLaren-Lapeer region currently has the supplies and equipment we need to protect our healthcare workers and care for patients with COVID-19. We continue to follow the personal protective equipment, or PPE, and patient care protocols established by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention and the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services. In Lapeer, Rachel McCrary, WNEM TV5.